Hariom all, we will just be going to the live stream in another 5-10 seconds. Please be ready. Yeah.
I think Manikandan, you can go on. It's 10:31.
Okay. All right. Hariom all, good morning. My name is Manikandan. I will be the host for today's Gita chanting, Gita Jayanti. So welcome all. So we have a list of events which are there for this particular Gita Jayanti. To start, to explain about the upcoming events, can we ask Mr. G. Srinivasan to let us know what are all the upcoming events, please? Over to you, G. Srinivasan Ji.
Okay, I think the next major event that we'll be having is Krishna Manjari. Then followed by that will be we have children art competitions. Then of course in the December 1st there will be Moksha Parayan. In between I'll be continuing the online Gita Parayan and Satsang. The dates are easy to remember: first, third, and fifth Saturday of every month. If there is no fifth Saturday, it'll be only on first, third Saturdays. So that's the reason why we'll have one on 30th August this time, and again 5th September next month, because it's the first 6th September. So that will be the 6th September, sorry. So that will be the one. So online Parayan is also going on. So we'll make the further announcement later on. Carry on, Manikandan.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, welcome again to online Gita Parayan and Satsang of 2025. This is the session number 3. And thank you all who have joined, and thank you all who are viewing from YouTube today, live streaming. Yeah. So I'll just go through the sequence. First, we will have invocation prayers. Then we'll have welcome address. Then we'll be going through Gita Dhyanam, Gita Parayan, and Gita, and there'll be explanation. Then Mahatmyam, then there'll be an explanation by session speaker. Today we have Ravi Ji, who is a eminent Veda teacher. So he will be giving the Q&A on chapter 3. Then there'll be announcements, and then we'll be having the closing prayers. So let's start with invocation prayer. Bhona Ji, would you want to start? You can unmute yourself.
Om Om Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Shuklam Bharadram Vishnum, Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam, Prasannavadanam Dhyayet, Sarva Vignopashantaye, Saraswati Namastubhyam, Varade Kamarupini, Vidyarambam Karishyami, Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada.
Thank you, Bhona Ji. Yeah. So next, we will have a welcome address by Dr. N. Varaprasad. So, Varaprasad Ji, you can give your welcome address.
Thank you, Manikandan. Namaste and good morning to everyone online. It is my real honor and a real privilege to be asked to speak to you this morning at the online Gita Parayan event organized by Gita Jayanti Committee under the Hindu Endowments Board. Now, many of you will already know that next Saturday, the 9th of August, is the 60th anniversary of Singapore's independence. You would have noticed the buntings, the flags, and you would have heard every Saturday the fly past rehearsals. Now, many of us struggle with the practical application of the Gita. We know the lessons very well, but how do we apply them? So, what I'm going to try this morning is to attempt to make a connection between Singapore's 60th anniversary birthday celebration and the Gita. Now, at first glance, Singapore's 60th anniversary, or SG60, and the ancient wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita may seem to be worlds apart. But let's dig a little bit deeper, and we will find a compelling philosophical bridge between them, because both are anchored in reflection, duty, and collective progress. And I would like to take this opportunity to explore the commonalities, if I may, because of the excellent timing issue of session 3. Now, in Hindu tradition, the 60th birthday, known as Sapshabdapurti, marks a very profound and spiritual cultural milestone. It marks the completion of one life cycle, 60 years, representing one full cycle of the Hindu calendar, comprising, which is called Samvatsaras. Completing this cycle is seen as a cosmic reset, like raising a family. Traditionally, it is supposed to signal a shift from our worldly responsibilities, like raising a family, building a career, to a more reflective spiritual phase of life. However, in today's context of long life expectancies, very few are prepared or ready to do this. Among my friends, I know only 2 who have taken this path after the age of 60. Now, SG60 is also a national milestone in that it is more than just a celebration. It is also a call for action to build a future of Singapore together. The SG60 theme is Building Our Singapore Together. It emphasizes unity and inclusivity across diverse communities, reflection on shared values like resilience, multiculturalism, and openness, renewed commitment to the nation's future through community-led innovation and service. The Gita, set in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, offers timeless guidance on dharma, acting with integrity and purpose, even in periods of uncertainty, selfless service, performing actions without attachment to outcomes or results, spiritual reflection, understanding one's role in the larger cosmic order. At the heart of Bhagavad Gita lies a timeless message: know your dharma and act with integrity. This ancient Sanskrit word carries profound meaning, not just duty, but righteous purpose, moral alignment, a calling that transcends personal gain. The pioneers of Singapore in the early days understood this deeply. When faced with separation, scarcity, and skepticism, they responded not with despair, but with resolve. Their vision, multiracial, meritocratic, globally engaged, was not just political. It can be seen as profoundly spiritual. Let's see where they intersect now. Here's how SG60 and the Gita resonate with each other. Firstly, SG60, reflecting on shared values. Gita, know your dharma and act accordingly. Both urge introspection to guide purposeful action. Number 2, SG60, build community through service. Gita, perform your prescribed duty, for action is better than inaction. Chapter 3, verse 8. Both encourage active participation in society. Number 3, SG60, embracing diversity and unity. Gita, he who sees all beings as equal is truly wise. Chapter 6, verse 29. Both promote harmony across differences. SG60, facing challenges with resilience. Gita, be steadfast in yoga, O Arjuna. Perform your duty and abandon all attachment to success or failure. Chapter 2, verse 48. Both inspire courage and equanimity in adversity. So, this is a call for action. SG60 invites Singaporeans to renew their commitment to the nation. The Bhagavad Gita calls individuals to align with their higher purpose. Together, they offer a powerful framework for personal growth to service, collective progress rooted in values, and a future built on reflection, action, and unity. SG60 is not merely a milestone, it is a meditation, a moment to ask, what is our national dharma today? It is first to honor diversity as strength. The Gita teaches, he who sees all beings as equal, who treats joy and sorrow alike, is truly wise. Singapore is living proof of that wisdom, where mosques, churches, synagogues, and temples stand together, where festivals intertwine, where mother tongues are cherished and shared. Second, our dharma is to serve without attachment. In chapter 3, Krishna says, act without desire for reward. Let duty be your only aim. Our success must not breed complacency. Whether in community service, policy making, or environmental stewardship, we must contribute not for applause, but for impact. SG60 challenges us to renew the spirit of selfless action. Third, our dharma is to adapt with courage and equanimity. Singapore faces many issues: climate shifts, geopolitical tensions, digital transformations, and others. The Gita reminds us, be steadfast in yoga, act, abandon, act and abandon attachment to outcomes. It is a call to agile resilience, rooted in values but responsive to change. Fourth, our dharma is to cultivate inner growth alongside outer progress. Economic indicators cannot measure wisdom. GDP cannot measure or capture grace. SG60 invites us to reflect on our compassion, our ethics, and spiritual depth as part of our national development. Can we build a society that's not just smart, but wise? And finally, our dharma is to prepare the next generation, not just for employment, but for enlightenment. As the Gita is passed from mentor to seeker, so too we must empower youth, not with mere instruction, but with inspiration. By now, you will realize that I'm a born and bred Singaporean, having lived through the times which are now only remembered in museum exhibitions. I'm a proud Singapore Hindu, but I'm conscious also how one wrong word or one wrong phrase or action can affect the fabric of society forever. Vasudeva Kudambakam, the world is one family. Come and celebrate this with us on Sunday, 5:30 p.m. on 24th of August, Sunday, at PGP Hall during our Raksha Bandhan celebrations. I invite all of you to join in. Finally, may your Dharma guide you always with the Bhagavad Gita by your side. I wish you all a great Satsang on Gita chapter 3. Thank you and Namaste.
Thank you very much, Sri N. Varaprasad ji, who is the president of Hindu Center. In fact, I was really spellbound with your speech, the way you relate SG60, which is the current topic, along with our Gita, and you gave us how shared value is equivalent to know your Dharma and perform your duty is equivalent to build community service together. So it was really great. Thanks for wonderful speech. So just to let you know, everybody, Sri Dr. N. Varaprasad ji has been a founding member of the Hindu Center, and he has been serving the Hindu Center for quite a long. So we are great to have his first speech. So let's go to the next part. So we'll have Bhunaji start with the Gita's Dhyana Shloka. Over to you, Bhunaji.
ॐ अथ गीता ध्यानम् ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधिता भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृततुहे नमः सर्वोपनिषदो गावः दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सत्सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोद्घटं नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितं लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयात् भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसिन श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः ॐ श्रीकृष्णाय परमात्मने नमः अथ तृतीयोऽध्यायः कर्मयोगः अर्जुन उवाच ज्यायसि चेत् कर्मणस्ते मता बुद्धिर्जनार्दन तं किं कर्मणि घोरे मां नियोजयसि केशव व्यामिश्रेणेव वाक्येन बुद्धिं मोहयसीव मे तदेकं वद निश्चित्य येन श्रेयोऽहमाप्नुयाम् श्रीभगवानुवाच लोकेऽस्मिन् विविधा निष्ठा पुरा प्रोक्ता मया नघ ज्ञानयोगेन साङ्ख्यानां कर्मयोगेन योगिनां न कर्मणामनारम्भात् नैष्कर्म्यं पुरुषोऽश्नुते न च सन्न्यसनादेव सिद्धिं समधिगच्छति न हि कश्चित् क्षणमपि चातुतिष्ठत्य कर्मकृत् कार्यते ह्यवशः कर्म सर्वः प्रकृतिजैर्गुणैः कर्मेन्द्रियाणि संयम्य य आस्ते मनसा स्मरन् इन्द्रियार्थान् विमूढात्मा मिथ्याचारः स उच्यते यस्त्विन्द्रियाणि मनसा नियम्यारभते अर्जुन कर्मेन्द्रियैः कर्मयोगम् असक्तः स विशिष्यते नियतं कुरु कर्म त्वं कर्म ज्यायो ह्यकर्मणः शरीरयात्रापि च ते न प्रसिद्ध्येद कर्मणः यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणोऽन्यत्र लोकोऽयं कर्म बन्धनः तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्तः सङ्गः समाचर सग यज्ञाः प्रजाः सृष्ट्वा पुरोवाच प्रजापतिः अनेन प्रसविष्यध्वं येषवोऽस्त्विष्टकामधुक् देवान् भावयतानेन ते देवा भावयन्तु वः परस्परं भावयन्तः श्रेयः परमवाप्स्यथ इष्टान् भोगान् हि वो देवाः दास्यन्ते यज्ञभाविताः तैर्दत्तानप्रदायेभ्यः यो भुङ्क्तेस्तेन एव सः यज्ञशिष्टाशिनः सन्तः मुच्यन्ते सर्वकिल्बिषैः भुञ्जते ते त्वगं पापाः ये पचन्त्यात्मकारणात् अन्नात् भवन्ति भूतानि पर्जन्याद्धन्न सम्भवः यज्ञात् भवति पर्जन्यः यज्ञः कर्म समुद्भवः कर्म ब्रह्मोद्भवं विद्धि ब्रह्माक्षरसमुद्भवं तस्मात् सर्वगतं ब्रह्म नित्यं यज्ञे प्रतिष्ठितम् एवं प्रवर्तितं चक्रं नानुवर्तयति यः अघायुरिन्द्रियारामः मोघं पार्थः स जीवति यस्त्वात्मरतिरेव स्यात् आत्मतृप्तश्च मानवः आत्मन्येव च सन्तुष्टः तस्य कार्यं न विद्यते नैव तस्य कृतेनार्थः न कृतेनेह कश्चन न चास्य सर्वभूतेषु कश्चिदर्थव्यपाश्रयः तस्मादसक्तः सततं कार्यं कर्म समाचर असक्तो ह्याचरन् कर्म परमाप्नोति पूरुषः कर्मणैव हि संसिद्धिम् आस्थिता जनकादयः लोकसङ्ग्रहमेवापि सम्पश्यन् कर्तुमर्हसि यद्यदाचरति श्रेष्ठः तत्तदेवेतरो जनः स यत्प्रमाणं कुरुते लोकस्तदनुवर्तते न मे पार्थास्ति कर्तव्यं त्रिषु लोकेषु किञ्चन नानवाप्तमवाप्तव्यं वर्त एव च कर्मणि यदि ह्यहं न वर्तेयं जातु कर्मण्यतन्द्रितः मम वर्त्मानुवर्तन्ते मनुष्याः पार्थ सर्वशः उत्सीदेयुरिमे लोकाः न कुर्यां कर्म चेदहं शङ्करस्य च कर्ता स्याम् उपहन्यामि माः प्रजाः सक्ताः कर्मण्य विद्वांसः यथा कुर्वन्ति भारत कुर्याद् विद्वांस्तथा सक्तः चिकीर्षुर्लोकसङ्ग्रहं न बुद्धिभेदं जनयेत् अज्ञानं कर्मसङ्गिनां जोषयेत् सर्वकर्माणि विद्वान् युक्तः समाचरन् प्रकृतेः क्रियमाणानि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः अहङ्कारविमूढात्मा कर्ताहमिति मन्यते तत्त्ववित्तु महाबाहो गुणकर्मविभागयोः गुणा गुणेषु वर्तन्ते इति मत्वा न सज्जते प्रकृतेर्गुणसम्मूढाः सज्जन्ते गुणकर्मसु तान् कृत्स्नविदो मन्दान् कृत्स्नविन्न विचालयेत् मयि सर्वाणि कर्माणि सन्न्यस्याध्यात्मचेतसा निराशीर्निर्ममो भूत्वा युध्यस्व विगतज्वरः ये मे मतमिदं नित्यम् अनुतिष्ठन्ति मानवाः श्रद्धावन्तो न सूयन्तः मुच्यन्ते तेऽपि कर्मभिः ये त्वेतदभ्यसूयन्तः नानुतिष्ठन्ति मे मतम् सर्वज्ञानविमूढांस्तान् विद्धि नष्टान चेतसः सदृशं चेष्टते स्वस्याः प्रकृतेर्ज्ञानवानपि प्रकृतिं यान्ति भूतानि निग्रहः किं करिष्यति इन्द्रियस्येन्द्रियस्यार्थे रागद्वेषौ व्यवस्थितौ तयोर्नवशमागच्छेत् तौ हस्य परिपन्थिनौ श्रेयान् स्वधर्मो विगुणः परधर्मात् स्वनुष्ठितात् स्वधर्मे निधनं श्रेयः परधर्मो भयावहः अर्जुन उवाच अथ केन प्रयुक्तोऽयं पापं चरति पूरुषः अनिच्छन्नपि वार्ष्णेय बलादिव नियोजितः श्रीभगवानुवाच काम एष क्रोध एषः रजोगुणसमुद्भवः महाशनो महापाप्मा विद्येनमिह वैरिणम् धूमेनाव्रियते वह्निः यथादर्शो मलेन च यथोल्बेनावृतो गर्भः तथा देनेदमावृतम् आवृतं ज्ञानमेतेन ज्ञानिनो नित्यवैरिणा कामरूपेण कौन्तेय दुष्पूरेणानलेन च इन्द्रियाणि मनोबुद्धिः अस्याधिष्ठानमुच्यते एतैर्विमोहयत्येषः ज्ञानमावृत्य देहिनम् तस्मात् त्वमिन्द्रियाण्यादौ नियम्य भरतर्षभ पाप्मानं प्रजहिह्येनं ज्ञानविज्ञाननाशनम् इन्द्रियाणि पराण्याहुः इन्द्रियेभ्यः परं मनः मनसस्तु परा बुद्धिः यो बुद्धेः परतस्तु सः एवं बुद्धेः परं बुद्ध्वा संस्तभ्यात्मानमात्मना जहि शत्रुं महाबाहो कामरूपं दुरासदम् ॐ तत्सत् इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे कर्मयोगो नाम तृतीयोऽध्यायः अथ गीतामाहात्म्यम् गीताशास्त्रमिदं पुण्यं यः पठेत् प्रयतः पुमान् विष्णोः पदमवाप्नोति भयशोकादिवर्जितः गीताध्ययनशीलस्य प्राणायामपरस्य च नैव सन्ति हि पापानि पूर्वजन्मकृतानि च मलनिर्मोचनं पुंसां जलस्नानं दिने दिने सकृद्गीताम्भसि स्नानं संसारमलनाशनं गीता सुगीता कर्तव्या किमन्यैः शास्त्रविस्तरैः या स्वयं पद्मनाभस्य मुखपद्माद्विनिसृता भारतामृतसर्वस्वं विष्णोर्वक्त्राद्विनिसृतं गीता गङ्गोदकं पीत्वा पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते सर्वोपनिषदो गावः दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्स सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् एकं शास्त्रं देवकी पुत्रगीतम् एको देवो देवकी पुत्र एव एको मन्त्रस्तस्य नामानि यानि कर्माप्येकं तस्य देवस्य सेवा
Thank you, Bonaji, for the chanting. So next will be the session by Sri R.S. Ravi. He's a Gita Vedanta teacher. So I think he is logging in. Give him some time. Before that, we just wanted to highlight that there are a few things. There's an art competition which is coming, which we will be we'll get people to partake on that. Yeah. Okay, just give me a while.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
I'm available.
Okay, so you can start your lecture, Raviji. Would you want to share the screen?
Sorry?
Would you want to share the screen?
Yeah, how to do that?
Yeah.
1 second.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I
I
think
will
you make
stop
him.
sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is a share button there in your screen.
You're not able to see my face?
I
Yeah,
am
yeah.
able to see your face.
I have got no PowerPoint.
Oh, you don't have any PowerPoint.
I have
Okay.
got nothing. No. I am only a simple lecture guy.
Okay. Then you can start your lecture. Hari Om.
Yeah. I don't have any PowerPoint. Sorry.
Yeah, you can start. Yeah.
Okay.
So just to give an introduction about Sri Ravi ji, he's a great Vedanta teacher. I'm really saying he's a great because I'm also his student. I'm learning Gita from him, and he has been giving Gita lecture from to 2013. So over to you, Ravi ji, Ravi Anna, for your great lecture on chapter 3 Karma Yoga.
Okay. Thank you very much. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Pranams to the lotus feet of the Lord, pranams to all the Mahatmas and Gurujis, and pranams to all of you. Let me first thank our Singapore Gita Forum for giving me this opportunity again to do this simple presentation. And I'm indeed, what I could say is, I am indeed debt for offering this opportunity. The reason being, Gita Forum is the one which has completely turned my life 180 degrees into this path. And there's a separate story. And after this, there's no turning back at all. So I'm really immensely pleased to again do this. And the chapter 3 summary, any amount of talk on chapter 3 can be talked 1,000 times. I will not be bored. Because Gita is a diamond which can be seen from multiple angles. And there's no one way of putting it across. So in the next 1 hour, I will try to do a bit of summary, knowing whatever little bit I know of, and then share, and then we'll keep it to the question answer sessions. And you all know that Bhagavad Gita contains the essence of Vedas and given in the form of a dialogue between Lord Krishna and Arjuna in the battlefield of Mahabharata. In the first chapter, we find Arjuna very agitated and not able to decide whether he should fight or not. If only Arjuna has this unique problem, or it only belongs to that time period, then the study of Gita will not give us any benefit at all. Why? It is Arjuna's problem, localized in those times. Arjuna's problem is not restricted to him alone, but to the whole human race in this universe. It does not belong only to that time period of Arjuna. Some people say it is 4,000, 5,000 years ago, not relevant. No. The study of Gita is more relevant in 21st century than earlier part. So it is relevant as long as human in this form is available in this earth. So Arjuna's problem was, I belong to these people. That's called Ahankara. And these people belong to me, Mamakara. This Ahankara, Mamakara can be termed the problem of attachment. By attachment, I mean the psychological dependence on the external factors or external world. I call it as a SOP. External world is equal to SOP, situations, objects, and people. Once there is this dependence, then it leads to various problems. For whatever we depend does not remain with us permanently. The loss of that object or a situation or the people, the world, can cause a big sorrow. Even the very thought of losing that object can be a great sorrow. The very thought of losing Bhishma and Drona was just a shock and sorrow for Arjuna. So sorrow is directly proportional to the attachment. His attachment was so strong that he fell into sorrow, and it was so intense, the grief was so intense that he lost his discriminative faculty and got completely confused. So he is a man torn in conflict, does not know what to do and what not to do. He sees dharma as adharma, adharma as dharma, which is the problem of moha, the delusion. So the problem of every human being is raga, shoka, moha. attachment, sorrow, conflict. This problem afflicts all of us. Some days this problem is not intense, and some other days it is very intense, depending on the kind of problem I have. So the problem persists, but only the degree varies depending on the day or the kind of problem. Arjuna feels this problem so intensely that he is not able to think clearly except find a permanent solution. Generally, the human mind is this. Now, whenever one is happy, people don't think of a solution. And whenever one is sad, one cannot think of a solution, as sorrow clouds one's thinking. So we go through our life without addressing the fundamental problem. We either forget that sorrow or get distracted. But Arjuna is determined to find a way out of the sorrow. So he surrenders to Krishna in the beginning of the second chapter and accepts him as a guru. Sishyasteham Shadimam Tvam Prapannam. Krishna the charioteer becomes the Krishna the Jagat Guru. And Arjuna the master becomes Arjuna the Sishya. And when you look at Arjuna's personality, we find that he is a very strong person. Yet, with all his achievements, material achievements and qualifications, he was a genius archer, dancer, musician, fame, family, and wealth. But he is still not able to solve this problem of attachment. So, from the first chapter, we realize that worldly achievement does not solve this human problem. And if we are intent to solve this problem, we must surrender like Arjuna to a guru and get the teaching. A guru upadesam is required. And the second chapter gives the essence of the entire Gita. Krishna prescribes one solution for grief. That is what the ultimate solution is, the Atma Jnanam alone. Ashocyan anvashochastvam prajnavadamsya bhashase gadasun agadasumsya na anushocanti panditaha. The wise people do not grieve. And the self-ignorance is the cause of sorrow. And self-knowledge alone is the solution. Self-knowledge is not one of the solutions, but is the only solution. This freedom from grief is otherwise called moksha. So moksha is not some imaginary state, but a freedom from shoka, grief. But every person is not prepared to enter into this jnanam. So he must have certain qualification. Now, jnana prapti is the ultimate goal, while jnana yogyata is the immediate goal. Even though many people are born as human beings, as that too as Hindus, in the Sanatana Dharma, 1 billion people, how many are studying Bhagavad Gita? Only few people. So we divide our lives into two stages. For those who are in the spiritual path, who are the mumukshus, who are seeking this moksha. Now, what is the thing is, we divide the life into two stages. First stage one, jnana yogyata prapti, otherwise called karma yoga. And the second stage is jnana prapti. The first stage consists of religious life. The second stage consists of the philosophical part. What about bhakti yoga? Krishna does not describe or prescribe bhakti as a separate sadhana, but it is a common factor required both for karma yoga and jnana yoga. That is why every guru starts the teaching with a prayer. In the second chapter, now presents jnana yoga and karma yoga as jnana yoga yogyata in the nutshell. So the jnana yoga was called Sankhya yoga. When a person follows both karma yoga and jnana yoga, such a person becomes free from shoka, the grief. And he is called Jivan Mukta. In the second chapter, he is called Sthita Prajna, whose description Krishna gives at the end of the second chapter. So Lord says, once you understand Atma Jnanam, then you will realize that your happiness does not come from Bhishma or Drona or any other external factor. Happiness comes from the Atmanyeva Atmana Tushtaha. External factors do not disturb my peace of mind. It is like having a generator which has got a power supply, a UPS or an inverter you have got. When the power supply goes, I have got a UPS to kick in. So, having given the teaching of Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga in a nutshell, Krishna elaborates the teaching from the 3rd chapter onwards till the 17th chapter. And the 18th chapter is a concluding chapter. We again revisits same Jnana Yoga and Karma Yoga and concludes the teaching. So, after the 2nd chapter is the summary. In fact, 2nd chapter, the 11th shloka is the entire nutshell. Panditaha na anushochanti. How to become a Pandita, an intelligent person. So if you follow the instruction of Krishna from 3rd chapter till 17th chapter, you can test yourself at the 18th chapter whether you are a Pandita or not. That's what it is. So in the 3rd chapter, which is titled Karma Yoga, now I will first, what I'm going to do is, I'll give you a quick chapter summary itself. Then for those benefit of the Gita students, I'll break it into some parts, some important shlokas and all. I'll give you for that interest. So Lord Krishna elaborates on Karma Yoga, otherwise called Jnana Yogyata, Jnana Yoga Yogyata, which is otherwise called in the Vedantic language, gaining the Sadhana Chatushtayam. Vivekam, Vairagyam, Mumukshutvam, Samadhi Shatka Sampattihi, Shamaha, Damaha, Uparama, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhana. That's called Jnana Yogyata, qualification to get Jnana. And that's why this chapter is called Karma Yoga. So broad reading, now shloka number 1 to 20 deals with Karma Yoga, 20 to 29 deals with the Sreshta Achara, lifestyle of an elderly person as role model for next generation. Then he is concluding Karma Yoga from 20 to 29 is the Sreshta Achara. 30 to 34 is the summary of Karma Yoga, winding up the whole thing. And 35 to the end of the chapter, it is the Kama Krodha Jaya, mastering the problem of Kama and Krodha, management of desire and anger. So without learning to manage yourself, managing the world is ridiculous. So we'll take one by one. I'll give you a brief summary and then I'll visit into some of the important shlokas. So the first topic is Karma Yoga, and it consists of 2 parts, Karma and Yoga. Here Karma means proper actions. Yoga means proper attitude. A person becomes a Karma Yogi if his actions are proper and his attitude is proper. So Karma Yoga is equal to proper action plus proper attitude. Now, what do you mean by proper action? In the scriptures, 3 types of actions are mentioned. The first one is called Nishkama Karma. They are compulsory actions prescribed in the scripture, whether you like it or not. Nishkama means not based on your likes and dislikes. If you liked it, it is wonderful. If you don't like it, better you learn to like it and do. There's no question of I won't do. So this is the first one, Nishkama Karma. The second type of karma is Sakama Karma. Those actions for the fulfillment of desires. Desires prompted karmas. Actions for acquiring materialistic desires like name, fame, money, possessions, etc. And the final one is Nishiddha Karma, which are prohibited actions. Of the 3, the Nishiddha Karma has to be immediately stopped. Nishkama Karma is the best suited for Karma Yogi. So many karmas are prescribed as Nishkama Karma, and Nishkama Karma is the one which a Karma Yogi should follow. So what is Nishkama Karma as per the Shastra? It is based on the person's Varna and Ashrama. What is the stage of life is called Ashrama, and what is your role, your profession, TRP, time, role, place. That's the Varna. So there is one set of karmas uniformly applicable to all. That is Panchamaha Yajna. They are compulsory and to be practiced by everyone. It consists of Deva Yajna, regular worship of God, in any way a person likes, from the simplest to the complex one. Now it could be a complex Vedic rituals, Agnihotra, Homam, Upasana will come under this. So the simplest would be offering a few flowers to the Lord and doing a namaskara. This is the first one, Deva Yajna, any form of worship. The second one is Pitra Yajna, worship of parents, or nowadays in-laws, because nowadays people have got only one child. So you have got a daughter, then you have to take care of your parents-in-law also as parents. Very important. or even your uncle, aunts, if they don't have children. So taking care of parents or parents-like persons. So they are either when they are alive, you have to take care of them, and when they are dead, then you have to offer oblation, shraddha, tarpana, etc. And Upanishad says, Matrudevo Bhava, Pitrudevo Bhava, etc. So that's what it is. So that's the second one. Third one is Rishi Yajna or Brahma Yajna. Worship of Rishis by regular study of scriptures. Now, one can honor our scriptures in two ways, either chanting of shloka or propagation. It is not merely keeping books on Saraswati Puja and having a arati. One must study scriptures. The fourth one is Manushya Yajna, servicing to the fellow human beings, right from destitutes, old age homes to even the destitute kids, everything. The fifth one is Bhuta Yajna, service to the so-called lower beings, all the trees and animals, everything, ecological preservation, environmental protection, taking care of all the cattle and animals. So that is the Bhuta Yajna. So the Panchamaha Yajnas are Nishkama Karmas to be compulsorily done by every Vaidika in the way it is possible. Either you contribute to all these things by ways of dollars, or if you are not able to do it, at least go and physically do it. Or if you are not able to do it, mentally give your knowledge. Nowadays you can do remote also. Or you can go up, pray. If you are in the deathbed or you are bedridden, you can at least pray for everybody on everyday basis. This is the Panchamaha Yajna. Everybody, especially every spiritual seeker, must do. The second one is Sakama Karma. These are karmas or actions born out of one's desires for material enjoyments. And Veda does not condemn possession of house, car, or material possessions. But it says the following three conditions, very important. Let all the desires be legitimate, both the ends and means, both the means and ends, ethical, moral. Veda never forbids a person from wanting a house or a car or a pet animal. No, you can have as many as you want, but desires must be legitimate. Kama is one of the Purusharthas. So Vedas allow a person to seek for material acquisitions. So both the acquisition as well as enjoyment should be legitimate. Then the second condition is let the desire be moderate. Allocate some time for spiritual activity also. If you dedicate your entire life for kamya karmas, then there will be no time for spiritual education. So let the desires be moderate. Be content with what you have instead of comparing yourself with your neighbors. Other day somebody was telling me, now if at all I have got a next janma, I want to be Ambani's wife, Nita Ambani. Somebody says, I want to be Adani. You can have anything, but you have to be moderate desires. The third one is very important, is that let the desires be non-binding. If they are fulfilled, attribute to the Lord's grace. If they are not fulfilled, accept as that too as Bhagavan's will. If the desires are fulfilled, it's Bhagavan's blessing. If they are not fulfilled, it is God's will. So non-binding, legitimate, moderate, Sakama karmas are allowed. But the primary part of Karma Yoga is Nishkama Karma, otherwise called Panchamaha Yajna. The third one is Nishiddha Karma. These are the actions one must drop immediately here and now. You can't wait for an auspicious date or time. If one has got a negative prohibited karmas, then drop them here and now. So therefore, Nishiddha karmas becomes the primary part of Karma Yoga. Nishkama karmas become the primary part of Karma Yoga. Dropping the Nishiddha karma is immediate. That also has to be done. One should not drink alcohol. Stop it. One should not eat mamisam, eat meat. This morning I was doing Kondrai Vendan posting in my family group. So, nonbu enbadu na uiranam kollamai. It says, what is tapas? Not harming any other animals. It's just today morning I did it. So, it says very clearly, go to Tirukural, go to the Arathapal, the first 38 chapters, Adhikarams, of which Thiruvalluvar is given what all the do's and don'ts very clearly. So, Nishiddha karma to be stopped immediately, and Nishkama karma has to be followed, the Panchamaha Yajnas, and the Sakama karmas to be gradually reduced. That's what it is. Then what is the proper attitude? Perform all the actions as Ishvara Arpanam. We see work as worship. The greatest advantage of having this pious attitude while working for it will offset boredom for every day. And for you are doing the same thing. Now, even the American president or our Modi, they have got a routine. Everybody has got monotony. Nobody is not having monotony. Any celebrity you ask, even the tennis player, professional players, football players, monotony. So there is no bored, there is no monotony at all in any profession. No, every profession, everybody has got monotony. But when the mind is devoted to a God, your actions will not be half-hearted, but will be full of enthusiasm for what I offer to the Lord will be my best. So by this Ishvara Arpanam attitude, I avoid boredom and have enthusiasm and become very, very enthusiastic. My mother worked in the kitchen for more than 60 years. Never got bored even till the last breath, saying that I don't want to cook. I want to quit the cooking and then go and then live in Naranani. No, she was loving cooking all the time. Nowadays, many people are saying I'm bored. Okay. In everything, people are getting bored. Whereas a karma yogi will never get bored. So you can test yourself whether you are a karma yogi or not, but by this indicator as well. So have enthusiasm, whether we like it or not. So our Swadharma has to be repeated. If I am a LKG teacher, I have to teach alphabets each year. My father was a teacher teaching economics for 38 years. Never said boredom. He was so happy. Even on the last day, he was asking, why am I getting retired? So there's no question of boredom at all. So accountant will keep calculating the numbers. Auditor will keep auditing the books. No other choice. So this makes a dharmic karta. So repeating brings boredom, and solution is to change the attitude, Ishvara Arpanam. And receiving everything as the karma palam, as Ishvara Prasadam. As I am acting in the world as a karta on one side, I am also constantly reaping the results of actions from the other side as bhokta. This karta bhokta cycle keeps going on. Often as a bhokta, I protest, I resist, ask, why me? For I do my puja every day, chant every day, etc. But why should I have to face this suffering? I'm doing so much of puja. Here the attitude becomes very important. Remember, whatever you get is what you deserve, not what you desire. So you will get what you deserve. This is implicit surrender to the will and justice of Lord is important for a Vaidika, a karma yogi. Lord will not be partial. So whatever I am getting is my karma phalam. And nobody is to be blamed for my present state except myself. Bhagavan says in the 9th chapter, Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshyo sthina priya. So I am not going to blame my family members, neighbors, planets, the devas, or my lines in the hands, or my name in the letters in the name, and change the spelling. I alone am responsible for my present state. That makes me a dharmic bhokta. Acceptance without resistance is proper attitude. So the greatest benefit of this attitude is tranquility in the mind. Resistance is the cause for all the sorrow, depression and fear. Now, once there is no resistance, only acceptance, then tranquility of the mind is the benefit. Therefore, proper actions plus proper attitude with respect to karma palam is karma yoga. This karma yoga Krishna presents from 4 angles. 4 angles in this chapter. Okay, they can be seen from the 4 different standpoints. And whichever is appealing for you, you can take it. Okay, this can be from 4 different standpoints. What are they? So the first one is, take this compulsory karmas, actions as Bhagavan's commandment, vidhi, destiny. Bhagavan uses the word niyatam kuru. Take Lord as the master, and we are all created being. Bhagavan has provided this world for us to use, and he has put some conditions and duties, just as a government puts some duties and laws. As a citizen, I have to pay taxes. Similarly, I have got certain duties as a citizen of cosmos. So Bhagavan stands as a master threatening us, because most of the people will follow the rules only when they are threatened. Most of the people are immature. Most of us don't follow the traffic signals unless there is a cop or there's a traffic light, camera. So we are immature to appreciate the traffic signals voluntarily. And so the government has to enforce through some system. So people require threat to follow the rules, unfortunately. Threat is not a healthy sign, but initially gross mind requires this so that they comply. So that is why he says he is good, God-fearing person. Instead of saying he is a God-loving person. So what is Karma Yoga? It is God's commandment. Agnya, Niyatam Kuru. At least people will act from the fear of going to the hell. Then the second way of looking at it is, once a person becomes a bit mature, the very same duty or karma, we look at it from another angle. A matured person will not accept threats. And for such a person, Karma Yoga is a yajna, in which one expresses gratitude to the Lord. Lord has given us so many things for our existence: food, water, air, fire, parents, schools, infrastructure, everything. At least we can do it. We can do is to be what? To be grateful. Gratitude is a sign of maturity. Ingratitude is the worst sin for which there is no prayashchitam at all. So think of God, thank God before eating your meal. Offer it as a naivedyam, very, very important. In whichever way, whatever prayer you do, in whichever language, it doesn't matter. At least offer the prayer. Otherwise, Krishna says you are a thief. So what is the definition of a thief? A person who takes another person's property without informing that person. The word naivedanam means, or naivedya means, acknowledgement of this debt for God, who has given us the entire world for us to use. So do all our compulsory karmas with the feeling of gratitude. Otherwise, the third angle is, if a person is little more mature, we say Karma Yoga as a dharma. Dharma means what? That which maintains the harmony in creation. The whole creation is interdependent. It is a cyclic process. Matter is neither creator nor destroyed. So if you are taking matter from one side and we have to give it from the other side. So for the cycle to be complete, whatever I take from creation, I have to appropriately return also. The universe is a cyclical process, and we must ensure that we play our part as a human being, and as animals, as plants, they play their part. But they are programmed instinctively by Bhagavan. In fact, animals and plants, they perfectly follow Karma Yoga. Only thing is they don't have buddhi. A tree doesn't expect anything in return. It gives everything. Animal also. Yana irundalum ayiram pon, erandalum ayiram pon. Elephant, horse, any animal, they are useful. No, they are pre-programmed. Unfortunately, they are pre-programmed. They cannot get moksha because they don't have the buddhi to be advanced to get the knowledge. But they all give it for others. That's what it is. If a cow eats, it gives milk. The tree takes a little sunshine and water, it gives lots of fruits. So all these problems of global warming, ozone depletion, changing climate are all due to the human's grabbing tendency. So learn to live a dharmic life in which you balance out receiving and giving. Therefore, Karma Yoga is for maintaining the harmony in the creation by the process of giving and taking. In fact, your giving should be more, taking should be less. Valluvar says in Thirukural, my very famous, I like it very much, 212. The Uppura Varidal. Thalatti Thanda Purlallam, Takkarku Velanmai Seidar Puruthu. Ottadu Arivan Uirvalvan, Matrayan Settarul Vaikapodum. 212, 214. What does it mean? The very fact we are earning is to give. If you don't give, you are as good as a dead person. What else you want? He is so blunt than Krishna. So that's what it is. So all other animals and plants, they give, whereas human is having a grabbing tendency. So likewise, when you receive money or knowledge or wealth, share it with others. It will become stagnant or cause sickness. If water is stagnant, what will happen? It will cause harm. Water has to flow. Some knowledge has to flow. Similarly, wealth has to flow. It has to go. But in the present modern life, there is no such thing as excess wealth. But as we have so many avenues to spend, what Krishna says is share. There must be a balance between what you take and what you give back in return. So Arjuna, do Karma Yoga as a dharma, as your contribution to sharing. So the first three standpoints were Karma Yoga as a Lord's commandment. Other angle is Karma Yoga as a yajna or a gratitude to the Lord. And the third way is that's dharma or maintaining harmony. Then the fourth angle is as samskara karma. Now, Karma Yoga as samskara. Every compulsory karma prescribed by the scriptures as samskara. Any rituals like Upanayanam, Sandhyavandanam, Tarpanam, Shraddham are all seen as samskara. Samskara means chitta shuddhi, cleaning your mind. That's the meaning of samskara. What is samskara? It is a ritual for refining the mind. Samskara is twofold. One is guna adhanam, second one is dosha apanayanam, which is adding positive values and promoting healthy thinking, which is guna adhanam. And dosha apanayanam means removing unhealthy ways of thinking or removing bad habits. Krishna calls them as Daivi Sampat and Asuri Sampat in the 16th chapter. Even if a person is selfish, does not do a karma yoga as a dharma, he can do it for himself, for they help refine his mind. Therefore, follow karma yoga either as a commandment or as a worship or as harmonizing lifestyle or a purifying mind. Okay, this is the essence of the entire chapter. Then the second section of the chapter is the Sreshta Achara. He said karma yoga is required to seek to purify the mind and gain self-knowledge. Suppose a person has attained chitta shuddhi and jnanam, and he has become pure and realized, then the question is, should such a person follow karma yoga? Should he continue with the swadharma, daily puja, sandhya vandanam, etc.? Technically, two answers are there. If you are a grihastha, assuming you are a karma yogi, and then you have graduated, and then you have got the jnanam also, there are two decision trees. One is you are a grihastha, because grihastha also can become a jnani. A sannyasi, akurop sannyasi also can gain and become a jnani. So if you are a jnani, if you are a sannyasi, you already have given up everything, all the rituals. So you can be in a corner and do nothing and be meditating. Or you can do service to the humanity by coming back and teaching, like Swami Chinmayananda, Swami Dhyananda, Swami Omkarananda, our Swami Paramarthananda. They are all contributing. There are so many sadhus. Swami Vivekananda, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. So Ramana Maharishi was passive. Everybody went into him. So you can be a passive or you can be active and give back to the society. If you are a grihastha, what you can do? You can reduce the quantum of rituals. You cannot eliminate. You have to perform Shraddha. You have to perform Tarpana. You have to do Sandhya Vandanam. Minimum. Other pujas are all optionals. So the Nishkama karma, what is Niyata karma, Vihita karma, which is prescribed karma, compulsory duties, one should do. But you don't need to go Chardham. You don't need to go and then various temples. You don't need to if you don't want to. It is optional. But certain duties must be done, and as a jnani also. So that one should understand. So the sadhana is required initially for chitta shuddhi. But once the jnanam comes, as a sannyasi jnani, I can eliminate those formally by removing my tuft and taking away the sacred thread. That's called sannyasa. Or as a grihastha, I can reduce all the compulsory duties to the minimum and focus more on meditation or more on giving back to the society, including teaching. That's what it is. So any karma is a sadhana is required till the sadhya, the end is achieved. After that, it doesn't have much of a value, but you have to understand. So Krishna says there are people who are doing this Sreshta Achara. Sreshta Achara means what? Conduct of a noble person. Krishna quotes himself as an example. I do everything, including being a charioteer for Arjuna. He doesn't say dignity of labor, saying that I am an avataram, because he already declares I am an avataram. I will not do all these jobs. I will only kill people. I will not do charioteering work. No, he said, I'll do it. So, as a jnani, he will do any job, whatever is required, that is to be done, depending on his lifestyle and other things. So, so one may not require karma yoga, but the next, what is the thing is, but you as a jnani, you must also do the compulsory duties as a grihastha. Then only what? Others will follow. Yad yad acharati shreshtaha tat tat eva yitaro janaha sayat pramanam kurte lokas tadanu vartate. The 21st sloka. Very, very important sloka. So, dharma, the righteous way of life, is very subtle thing and cannot always be verbally communicated. Children learn from lectures. They learn less from lectures, more from observations. So the elders, whether they require or not, must continue to perform karma yoga as an example to the next generation. But once the children are growing up and their personalities are set, then you cannot change them. So you only adjust a crooked plant and give it a direction only when it is young sapling, but not when it has become a tree. So these Vedic practices cannot be absorbed once the personality is set in an individual, like a concrete. You cannot change anything when the concrete is set. Like this, people are becoming an adult, then you cannot do anything. So, in fact, it is to be imbibed from the womb itself. When a child is too young, the parents cannot communicate. The child only observes. You cannot explain as to why do we do namaskara to a Mahatma, elders. Now, but when you do namaskara, they will imitate. If the father is a doctor, the child will take the stethoscope and imitate. If the father is a smoker, the child will take the pencil and do the same thing. So imitating this. If the father does puja, the child will imitate. So as someone said, most of the children do not obey the parents. They imitate the parents. So even if there are jnani, follow karma yoga so that the next generation will follow. So secondly, when the elders follow a religious lifestyle, then it is an audio-visual teaching. Then we leave a deep imprint in the young minds. So human beings always need a role model. And hero worship is natural while growing up. The child is always looks for a hero to imitate. So biggest role models are mothers, fathers, teachers, raja, elders, like this. So otherwise they will continue to run after actors, actresses, cricketers, all those kinds of things. And many of them may not have the values at all. Most of them don't have. Only very few may have, which we do not know. Now they will give an advertisement for Pan Parag because they pay money and they do it. Okay, so that's what will happen. And they do divorce. Their marriage is not stable also. So anyhow, so the idea is the jnani or parents must be a model for them. So no values or no dharma is absolute. It varies from situation to situation. Rama symbolizes total devotion to parents, while Prahalada was instrumental in getting his father killed. We worship both Rama and Prahalada also. So should you object or disobey parents? It is not an absolute value, but varies according to the situation. Krishna gives the value of ahimsa throughout Gita, but the end asks Arjuna to fight, which means ahimsa is a general rule, but there are exceptions. So any value always depends on so many factors. When there are conflicts in dharma, it said follow the shreshta or elders. We have to follow someone who has absorbed the spirit of dharma as time and circumstances change in the society. Therefore, it is important that elders follow a lifestyle of karma yoga so as to set an example to the next generation. Whether you require Panchamaha Yajna or not, they must practice that every day for the sake of elders. If the father gets up, takes a bath and does his prayers, the child will follow that. Or if he wakes up and reads the newspaper with bed coffee, child will follow the same thing. So Shrestha Acharaha is extremely important. So if you are both are working and leaving it to the maid, what will happen? It will follow the maid. In fact, most of the time when the maid goes after 2 years contract, the child will have tremendous cry because she has nurtured it from the formative years. If you say today, hey, as a mother, you quit the job or take leave and take a sabbatical for 3 years and rear the child, they say, you know, you are unfit. Or the father can also do the same thing. then they say you are unfit. You have to value what is important in your life. What people do when they work, when they require. In the formative age, the child requires the parents. The mother or father is not available. Neither of them are available. Father is overseas and the mother is here, single parenting, that too working with maid. What will happen? Disaster. And when the child doesn't require you at this end, when +2 exams, then you quit the job and sit next to it giving coffee. Absolutely lopsided priority in life. Paramartha is just not saying it because he wants to be polished, my guru. But you have to understand, I am very open about it, but it is your choice. Then later, if you say my children are like this, don't regret, because this is what you have done. Because this is the practical application of Gita. You have to follow, give time. Otherwise, don't get married. Anyhow, so the idea is, Arjuna, you fight this war if you are Ajnani. If you fight, if you are a Jnani also. That is the message for Arjuna. So that's the message. Then he is winding up from 30 to 34, he is winding the Karma Yoga by giving the pivotal shloka of Karma Yoga. If you forget everything in Karma Yoga, you go to the 30th shloka of Karma Yoga. Mayi sarvani karmani sanyasya adhyatma chetasa nirashihi nirmamaha bhutva yudhyasva vikata jwaraha. The 5-point program. I'll nutshell only because it is a summary. So first one is keep the spiritual goal. Adhyatma chetasa. Now, Mayi sarvani karmani sanyasya. Offer all the actions to the Lord. Then nirashihi. Don't be concerned about the results. The fourth one is nirmamaha bhutva. Don't be free from possessiveness. And vikata jwaraha. Be calm. 5-point program. This can be talked for hours and hours and hours. But being a summary, remember these 5 points. When in doubt, ask. So this is the 5-point program. And Bhagavan says, those who are not believing in this, my teaching, who are criticizing factor, they are the losers. Those who are not criticizing, following, they are the beneficiaries. So understand it. And he also says very clearly, there will always be ragadvesha. You can never eliminate to make it zero. As long as it is not a harmful ragadvesha, it is okay. Because even as a sannyasi, I have to eat, I have to maintain my body. So ragadvesha will be there. But is the harmless ragadvesha like good cholesterol? So you can, but if it is too much and being selfish, then that is a challenge. That's what he says. And he also talks about choosing a profession. Don't compare others and choose what others are doing. You are a banker and having $1 million bonus or 2 million. I don't know how much you are getting bonus being in the markets. I am a normal fellow, maybe hardly 100,000 bonus. Don't compare. I cannot do your job. I am not skilled enough. Do your job. That's what he says. So he beautifully concludes it. And then comes to the final portion from 35 to 30, rest of the 43. And then he says in the last section, Kama Krodha Jaya, which is mastery over desires and anger. Krishna only deals with Kama mastery and not Krodha. So Kama means desire, Krodha means anger. So anger is another modified form of Kama. So if you have to learn to handle Kama, if you are able to learn to handle Kama, automatically we will know how to handle Krodha. Kama can be handled in 3 ways. First, control or manage the sense organs. So there are certain situations that provoke dharmic desires in the mind. Indriya nigraha means physically avoiding such places or such situations. This is from reading certain kinds of books, watching certain movies or television shows that provoke gross emotions, or avoiding interactions with gross people if it is possible. So avoid sensually such situations that can provoke the mind. This is relatively easier as we have to only physically keep away. The second, control or manage the mind. The mind has the capacity to develop vasanas. Whatever it takes, it gets into the groove and manage and the mind gets addicted. It is like making a habit of reading the newspaper daily or watching the news on television every day. Always avoid Ashubha Vasanat and encourage Shubha Vasanas. If you are forming some bad habit, break it in the beginning itself. Don't encourage unwholesome thoughts in the mind. If you discourage such thoughts, then they cannot continue. So any line of thought requires our support to continue and bloom. Very important point. Thought generation is not in my control. Thought perpetuation is in my control. Don't feel guilty if your thought generation is bad. Because Ashubha Vasanas to eliminate may take a lot of time. May not even go even for a jnani. But you should never perpetuate if it is a Ashubha Vasanas, bad thoughts. It's a good one, nurture it. It's a very, very important point. So every thought is like a cycle, but don't keep on peddling unhealthy thoughts. If you get good Gita addiction, then it's a good addiction. Encourage them. Like that, there may be so many good addictions. This is Mano Nigraha. Finally, he says, Vivekaha. It is a realization of what is reliable and what is not. What is permanent and what is impermanent. Once I understand that the things of the world are impermanent, then I will not develop attachment towards them. What is impermanent? Whatever you experience, everything is impermanent. This body is impermanent. The world, SOP, situations, objects, people, everything is impermanent only. Only permanent Vastu is Vastu, the Atma. So what is the thing is? Do not develop emotional attachment to the SOP, the world, situations, objects, and people. Because leaning on an insecure thing is going to make me more and more insecure. Some people have developed so much of attachment to Lord for selfish reasons. And they have put Lord Venkatachalamurti as their business partner and paid his commission, or paid his annual profit also as dividends. Go and put it in Tirupati. And one day the business goes down and not able to recover and bankruptcy. Then the whole Lord is thrown away and all the photo frames have gone to the street. I've done so much to you. Even Lord is taken away. I have seen people, when they are going through tragedy after tragedy, there are people who say, there's no God at all. I have heard people commenting like this. Why? They are not studying scriptures. Everything is anityam. Bhagavan says, anityam, asukam, dukkham, ashashvatam. 8th and 9th chapter. So one should understand very clearly, everything, whatever you experience, everything is anityam. This is called vivekaha. So if you have got a viveka, what is nitya, anitya, vastu vivekaha? I will not develop karma to the empirical things of the world. You can develop karma, what? Gita study, attending the class regularly, revising again, taking notes. That is a good, like a good cholesterol, eating more and more veggies and improving your HDL. That is good. So that is good. So if I develop karma, then develop karma to the Lord to begin with. That too what? That too not with sakama karma bhavana, nishkama karma bhavana. Bhagavan, you are the only, you have to give me jnanam. Make me a worthy person to receive jnanam. Give me jnana yogyata. Jnana vairagya siddhyartham. That is the way we should pray as a karma yogi. So this is, discrimination is called vivekaha. And once we learn to handle karma, we will pursue nishkama karma, as sakama karma will be less and less and less. Chitta shuddhi will come. And I will have jnana yogyata. How will you test your jnana yogyata? Whether you have got the jnana yogyata? Who will conduct the exam for me? Nobody will conduct. Our Swamiji gives a famous one. Anybody who is a Paramartha student will know the answer. FIR reduction, frequency of agitation, intensity of agitation, and recovery also. Recently, in one interview I saw, Swami Sarva Priyananda even mentioned, Swami Paramanandananda says this. So FIR reduction. Your frequency will come down, intensity will come down whenever you have got a problem, and recovery will improve. This is one indicator. Second indicator is what? You will be interested in Vedantic scriptures. You will not be bored. Many people come to our classes. After some time, they vanish. Halfway through, drop out. 50% drop rate. Like a CA, entering CA and then halfway dropping. And some people study Gita, somehow. So since I know this person, I don't want him disappointed. At least be in the WhatsApp group. Whether he is listening or not, we do not know. Still, we are at our mercy. We keep them in the group. But after some time, when I meet the person, hey, are you revising? No, sir. He is not able to instantaneously like. At least he said, some lectures are baki, something I have to sleep. That means he is not finishing it. Some people, some more listen up to Gita. After some time, they say, okay, Appa, Gita is over. Now I have studied scriptures. I don't need to study anything. Then they don't revise at all. They don't need to attend any class. Gita alone is sufficient. But they don't need to revise. They don't need to attend any other class. Because Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogda Gopalanandana. Everything is here. But people don't revise. After some time, you rust. I saw one couple, what happened? They started studying 4 hours, 5 hours a week, joint study. Very obvious. After studying Gita. Then after 6 months, everything withered off. Consistency is more important than intensity. So a person who is interested in this study, interested in scriptures and serious about it, continue to attend the class one place or other and be in touch scriptures is another indications you have got Jnana Yogyata. Very important. Now let me go and then give a quick summary about the chapter itself, how the construct is. Because Arjuna wants to get away from the battlefield. Even though Bhagavan glorified the Jnana Yoga and the Jnana, and then but he asked Arjuna to do karma. But Arjuna, because he was having a selective amnesia. Why? He is in distress. He is in the war. He wants to run away. So he did not listen carefully. So he picked up few slokas where Bhagavan glorified Jnana, especially Shloka 11, Panditaha na Anushochanti, and Shloka number 46, Yavanartha Udapane Sarvada Samblutodake. So there is a great ocean. Then you got a small pond. What do you want? Great ocean, everything you will get. So he glorifies Jnana Yoga, but he is asking to do Karma Yoga. And Arjuna conveniently forgot. And so he is asking in the beginning of the 3rd chapter a question. Krishna, you are glorifying Jnana Yoga, but asking me to do this very gruesome work of killing people. Somehow, only thing is, he says, it seems I have got confused. If self-knowledge is considered by you to be superior to action, then why do you engage me in this cruel action? And Bhagavan says, again, this is where the elaboration comes. Lokesmin dvida nishta, 3rd shloka. There are 2 processes. There is a karma yoga, jnana yoga. Then he explains about karma. What he says, karma, nobody can stop karma. Everybody has to do some karma or other. And if you are going to forcefully force yourself, what happened? Nityacharam. I quit everything in a fit of rage and take to sannyasa, one-way traffic. You go to Rishikesh, Haridwar, many of the sannyasis are crying without understanding why they have taken to sannyasa. So you take with the rage, you go, you cannot come back. That's the problem. Or Krishna says, karma is the only way you can change Chitta-Suddhi. Then only you can go to Jnana Yoga. So karma can never be avoided. Karma has to be done as a karma yoga. Then he explains the 4 angles which I said. Ajna, Yajna, Samskara hai, Dharma hai. He explains from shloka number 8 to 16. That is the very essence. Niyatam Kuru, Yajnarthat Karmanon Anyatra Lokoyam Karma Bandhana hai. All those things. So he says, then he says, Annad, he says about the harmony, Annad Bhavanti Bhutani, etc. etc. Then in the 17th shloka, he talks about the Jnana Yoga. That means in case you are a Karma Yogi, and then you have to come to Jnana Yoga. He did not specifically said here. That he said in the 2nd chapter. You must be very clear. In the 2nd chapter, he said, where? From shloka number 51 to 53, he gave a summary roadmap. First to do Karma Yoga, then come to Jnana Yoga, then get Jnanam, then you are liberated. 3 shlokas. So here he did not repeat it. He straight away goes into what is the Jnani's mindset. Yasvatma Radireva Syat, Atma Triptascha Manavaha, Atmanyeva Santushtaha, Tasya Karyam Na Vidyate, Naiva Tasya Kritenartha, Nakriteneha Kaschana, Nachasya Sarvabhuteshu, Kaschidartavya Pashreha, Tasmat Asaktam Karma Karya, Asaktam Karma. Tasmat asaktam. Sorry. Let me give it. Sometimes slow it is giving. Tasmat asaktam satatam. Karyam karma samachara. Tasmat asakta satatam. Always karyam karma samachara. Beautifully he is putting it. And then he said in the 20th shloka, brilliant. This is what I call Krishna as the Adi consultant. From there only the entire consulting profession is copying only Krishna. If you study Bhagavad Gita, whether you want moksha or not, you will become a better consultant. Working big five or big four. What is the thing is, he quotes an example of karmanaivagi samsiddhim astita janakadeha. People like Janaka, you require role models. People like Janaka, who is a grahastha, who is a king, lot of responsibility. He went through this process, got liberated. The shloka has to be very carefully understood. Otherwise, it will be misinterpreted. Because karma naivagi samsiddhi. Only by karma they got moksha. No. It is a karma yoga, then jnana yoga and moksha. That is the interpretation. You have to be very, very careful. There he concludes the karma yoga. Then the second line onwards, he is talking about the sreshta acharam, sishta acharam. And he that where Edyad Achara the Sreta 21. And then he says, I am not bored at all. And another important advice he gives to all of us who are in this path. Never confuse even your family members or friends or your bosses or anybody in the office by talking about these things, including Karma Yoga. If you go and talk to your boss in the office, you will not get increment, promotion, bonus at all. Be careful. Everything he takes as Ishvara Prasadam. So it will be a disaster. So never talk. Or if you are going to talk about to your family about Jnana Yoga, then the family will say, this guy is already a sannyasi. In fact, it happened to us in one class. One person attended our class and he went and told his wife something, I don't know what, after the second chapter, that lady started shouting at us, what are you doing? You are spoiling my husband. It really incidental. So there have been a lot of confusions. So never confuse the society who are not in this path. In fact, I have stopped my marketing at all to anybody. The initial stages, I used to enthusiastically do marketing. Now I have got so many people who are doing on behalf of me to bring students to the classes. If nobody comes also, I'll stop the class, no problem. But it gives you a platform to do Nididhyasanam again and again. So Krishna says, never confuse the society. And the people who are confused because they do not know. There is something called Karma Yoga, Upasana Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Moksha. They don't know anything. Many people do not know who is God at all. They have only a fake, partial knowledge. So never confuse them. And so Karma Yogi clearly understands. He says, the body only is interacting with the world. Many people do not know. So don't get hooked into all these things. So he concludes that in 29. And I told you shloka number 30, Mai Sarvani Karmani. Beautiful. And then he concludes that portion. And then he comes to the last portion, Kama Krodha Jaya. Here Arjuna asks a brilliant question. After saying everything, Krishna, you are saying everything so nicely. And you say everything is given in the scriptures. Why people are behaving like this? Because the war is because of what? Because Duryodhana doesn't want even a cent of a land, not even a pinhole, which will occupy that he doesn't want to give. Why people are having this desire? Atakena prayuktoyam papam charati purusha. As if somebody is pushing you. Anichannapi varshneya. Bhagavan says, Kamayesha, Krodayesha, Rajoguna samudbhava. It is because of Rajoguna. Maha ashanaha, Maha papma. It is insatiable. Once the Rajoguna is more and more, it is insatiable. It is an enemy. Know that to be the enemy. Then he gives 3 levels. So how the clouding or moha, it is like a what do you call it? Fetus in the womb, you have to wait. Some people are always deluded. You have to wait for next janma only. Otherwise, there's a dust in the mirror. Then you have to put some effort to clean. Or it is the smoke on the fire. You hu. It is the fire the smoke will go away. Very less effort. So depending on the individual, this moha, the delusion, what? This whole world is Shashvatam and making money and enjoying is the only way. And Bhagavan is only a business partner or commercial bhakti I have got. Such deluded people, We'll continue to do that, and you have to wait. So don't confuse the society at all. So he said, Indriya Nigraham, Mano Nigraham, and Viveka. And he says, and that's all. He concludes the 43rd shloka. Yeah. Evam buddhe param buddva samstabhyatmanam atmanam jagishatrum mahabaho kamarupam durasadam. Oh Arjuna, thus knowing the self, which is beyond the intellect, and studying the mind, with the mind, conquer the elusive enemy, which is in the form of desire. And this shloka is a pivotal seed shloka for the next chapter. Because next two chapters, 4 and 5, are Jnana Yoga chapters. But Arjuna's instruction is what? Go and be a Karma Yogi. In the 4th chapter end, again he says, after giving Jnana Yoga, be a Karma Yogi. So, this is the starting point. What is the starting point? We must all become a Karma Yogi. What is happened? Zoom is got cut.
Hello. Yes, continue, sir.
You are all there, right?
Yeah, we are all there.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
listening
not
to
able to
you.
see any one of you. I was wondering. This
Yeah,
is
we
a
are all
blank
there.
screen. I don't know why. Okay, lucky. Okay, good. So it is very, very important as a spiritual seeker. Let me summarize some few points. Where should I start within Karma Yoga? I'll conclude that within 2 minutes. Karma Yoga has got 3 steps. I'm trying to present it like a consultant. 1A, 1B, 1C. 1A is Ishvara Prasada Buddhi. 1B is Ishvara Arpana Bhava. 1C is Panchamaha Yajna. Bhagavan says, even if you are a selfish person, not here, in another chapter, I don't want to give the chapter summary, somebody will do it. Even if you are a selfish person, accept things. Then, if you are a little bit matured, take it as a Ishvara Arpana Bhava. Bhagavan, I'm dedicating, offering to the Ishvara. Then he says, you must give. You must give. Don't be selfish. Because there's a saying, there's a one joke. What it says is, a lobby who is actually not parting with anyone actually is the greatest contributor. You know why? Why? Because he is saving everything, not even spending for himself. By what? So that when he goes, it will go out. So he is the one who is contributing maximum to the society. By what? By not even spending for himself. There's a beautiful story which comes in Uddhava Gita also about this. So the idea is, you can start spirituality, start with the first step of the Karma Yoga, get into the escalator, first step. What? Acceptance, acceptance, acceptance. That's what he emphasized to Arjuna. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Karmanyeva adhikaraste mapaleshu tadacha. You don't have choice over actions. You got a choice over. You don't have choice over results. You got a choice over actions, and you don't control them. Don't resort to inaction. Action is not the solution. Accept. If you are not following Karma Yoga, you are the loser. I am not the loser at all. Nobody is the loser. Only the individual is the loser. And if you don't even get to Jnana Yoga, don't worry. Jnana Yoga can wait. Even in this Janma or next Janma. Don't come. But continue to attend the classes. Continue to get Jnana Yoga. But predominantly, be a Karma Yogi. Your mind itself will say whether you are a Jnana Yogi or a Karma Yogi. Within the Jnanam, there's a Shravana Yogi, Upasana Yogi, or Nididhyasa Yogi, Manana Yogi, Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasa. Whether you are a Shravanam level or Mananam level or Nididhyasanam level, you yourself will do the self-assessment. Krishna gives all the self-assessment tools in the later chapter, 17th and 18th chapter, 16th chapter. You can assess yourself, your progress. So what is the first thing is? Be a Karma Yogi. That too, you can be a Sakama Karmi, but no Nishiddha Karma. Prohibited action, stop. You can be selfish, not part with anything, no problem. Accept what is coming, especially the failures and challenges. Then you will spiritually progress and involve Bhagavan in the equation. Thank you very much. Any questions? Happy to take it.
Thank you. Thank you.
पूर्णमदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति 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 लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण मयि मयीषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यो शुभमस्नित्यं लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः कृष्णार्पणमस्तु हरि ओम.
Hari Om. Thank you, Raviji. It was really great. I had a lot of notes. I think I've also see a few questions coming on. Let me read one by one. Ganeshji, if you are there in the call, you can probably
Manikandan,
Yeah.
sorry, Manikandan, before that, we'll make the announcement before you go to the question and answer session.
Okay, fine, sure. There
okay.
are announcements, right? Give me 1 minute. I'll put in the slides for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before you put the slides also.
Yes.
Can we request everybody to... Okay. We recently had the Gita forum, and all the Swami Sadatmananda talked about the meditation on meditator based on chapter 6 meditation. And those talks are available by Gita Jayanti YouTube channel. And also he conducted the session especially for the youth and a Satsang where he explained about the Patanjali's Yoga Sutra and answered a lot of questions. So all these sessions are available in the Gita Jayanti YouTube channel. Then we have forthcoming events will be Krishna Manjari, our annual offering of cultural programs to Lord Krishna. And this year we have a famous super singer, Vijay T, super singer winner, Spurti Rao from Bangalore. And she will be accompanied by Vishwa Shari by the mandolin. And it will be on 6th September at PGP Hall, evening 5:45 p.m. 6:45 p.m. Sorry, because being a Saturday, we shifted to 6:45 p.m. The tickets are available $10 and $50. You can go to our website, gitajayanti.org, and get the tickets online. In case somebody needs physical tickets or not able to go online, please contact any of the committee members of the Gita Jayanti. They will be happy to share it with you. Then Hindu Center is having the Raksha Bandhan, as Sri Varaprasadji mentioned in his talk. It will be held on 24th August. This time, one of our past lead organizations of Gita Jayanti, Malwa Cultural Association, is taking the lead, and they will be presenting a cultural programs. And there are a host of other events like painting and Raksha, making Rakshas and Rakis and all. So please do visit the Hindu Center website for more details. Then on 14th September, we have our annual art competitions for the children. This year it will be for the children born between 2012 and 2022. We have 3 categories. Category B and C will be in the morning, 9 to 10:30 a.m. And category A will be 11 a.m. to 12 noon. And the theme of the Krishna, our friend, is our theme of the art competition. Then we also have Moksha Parayan coming up on 1st December. So we, besides chanting the entire Gita on that day, we will also be offering Likita Gita Samarpan. So you can start write Gita by hand from today also. You can still complete it before November 30th by writing 8 to 10 slokas every day or more than that. In any language. It's not necessary that it should be written in Devanagari or any other language. Any language of your choice. Please do write and bring that notebooks. We'll keep it in the altar of before the Parayan, and then being offered with the regenerated with the vibrations of the chanting, it will be returned back to you after that. So we have a couple of more announcements which we'll make at the end. Thank you.
Thank you, Jayasana. So now let's go back to question and answers. There are a few questions which has been listed in the chat. Mr. Ganesh Ji, are you online? Do you want to read your question, or I can read it for you, no problem.
No, but I can read. Okay,
okay,
I
yes,
can do that.
yes, please.
Namaskaram to everyone. Ganeshan, this is the first time I'm joining this course. Thanks to Mr. Srinivasan. Ji, I just have 2 questions here, sir. Okay, there's a nice lecture. I had this. 2 questions.
Ganeshan
Okay,
Ji, do you want to switch on your video so that people will be able to see you as well? Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, maybe. Let's see.
Yeah, sure.
Are you able to see me? Are you able to see me?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, namaskaram to everyone. There are two, and I have two questions, sir. One is that, okay, I understand the Nidam karma, Nishkama karma is the one as per the varnams and ashramams or the nature. But nowadays the ashramam is there, but varnam is not really existing. So everybody does everybody's jobs. How I know that what is my real job as my spiritual things? I mean, by really scripture wise, what are my varnam, what I'm supposed to do as per scriptures? I'm not sure on that. Second question is that, is it that the karma yoga is applicable only for the Vaidya karmas, or is it also applicable, what Krishna says, that even can be applicable to the Laukika karmas, even office duties, the current environment, can this be applied? The two questions just I want to clarify.
Thank you.
Okay. Can I answer?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Two brilliant questions may require detailed explanation. I will try to limit due to the paucity of time to allow others to ask. And I can offline explain you more in detail, but I would encourage you to come to the class. You will get a better clarity. Let me give you a first question, which is this Varna concept. Is it existing or not? It is still existing all over the world. The Varna concept, which Bhagavan will clarify in the 4th chapter, it is based on the guna. It is based on the guna, this Varna is explained. And what is my guna? Guna is based on there are 3 gunas called Sattvam, Rajas and Tamas. And one is supposed to be a Sattva Pradhana person is called Brahmana Guna. A person who wants to ultimately get liberated must possess Brahmana Gunam irrespective of the birth. Birth is not the criteria at all. That is only a later part which people have brought it up without understanding this whole concept. It is based on the guna. Then, of course, the profession. Gunam and profession. So, whether I have got the Brahmana Gunam, where Sattva is predominant, Rajas is next, Tamas is next. That is a more important criteria, and it is based on the guna, and it is there, replicable, very much there. Point number 1. And the second one is, in terms of profession, how do I choose my profession? Depending on my guna. If I am a very, very what do you call it? See, these very many people are very much interested in research or interested in teaching. You become a professor, university, R&D institutions, because they are Sattva Guna Pradhana people. Some people highly Rajoguna, really active person, but socially inclined. So go to leadership position in the government. Some people are highly Rajoguna, but highly business-minded people. Be a Vaishya. Some people are saying, I'll work for others. Be a Shudra. So it is based on the guna. So which guna is dominating, which guna is less, and which guna is later. So this is a summary answer, but it has got a lot of details. One should study the scriptures properly to understand. Okay. The second question which you have asked is?
You have answered it. What profession should I choose?
What profession I should take?
Yeah.
So
and should I follow these things? Yeah.
On your what liking you have got. Here again, I'll give you 2-3 decision trees. What is the 3 decision tree? If you are able to know what I want, choose it. Because professional selection starts at 15, 16. When you are in the +2 level or where you have to take a degree course itself. If you are able to do it, do it. If you don't have a clarity, what will you do? Ask your teachers. Teachers will be able to tell you better. Sometimes parents may not, because nowadays parents don't understand their children because the time spent is so low. But teachers will be able to tell you what is your attitude. They can be a guide to give you that. So if you are not able to have anything, choose. Otherwise, if you have got a hereditary profession, father is a businessman, you can also become a businessman. Father is a LIC agent. In my uncle's family, 4 generations of being an LIC agent. My uncle is an LIC agent, uncle's son is an agent, my grandson is also an LIC agent. So you can choose that. So like this, because for agency, you don't need an exam like becoming a doctor, right? So that is too tough. So you can take a profession like this. Or what you do, whatever you get it, you go ahead and enjoy it. I already told you as a Karma Yoga, if you cannot decide, get something. What happens in the career? Initially, first 2-3 years, you will have a tripping. You change one to another. Then you have to settle down in 1 or 2 careers and then stick to it and then develop the career. That's the way you will get it.
Thank you. Thank you, Raviji. And Can we request you all to switch on your cameras, because we just wanted to take a screenshot of it.
So sorry, sir. My second question was different by saying that okay, this is karma yoga can be applied only in Vaidhi
Okay,
karma.
sorry, yeah, that's
Is it
another
possible
question.
to
Yes.
do this? Yes,
Okay,
yes,
good.
yes.
Karma yoga must be applied everywhere. There is actually, let me put the answer differently. There is no secular karma yoga and a sacred karma yoga. Every activity. See, in our modern language only, we try to differentiate between secular activities and sacred activities or religious activities. Actually, Sanatana Dharma, strict definition, there's no secular or sacred. Everything is sacred only. In everything, I should involve Ishvara. Right from toilet cleaning, washing my clothes, ironing my clothes, or dropping the children, everything should be Karma Yoga. Only thing is, I told you already, don't bring Karma Yoga and tell the office people I am a Karma Yogi. I hope I answered the question. Yeah. Ishvara should be in your life everywhere.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Can I request all of you just to be online? Switch on your camera. Yeah, just 1 minute before I could. Yeah. Yes.
If all of you can switch on immediately, yes, it will save time for your screen exposure.
Yes, exactly. Okay. I'm just taking few screenshots because there are a few of us. Yeah. One. Yeah. Another one. Yeah. This is the last screenshot. Give me 1 minute. And the last screenshot. Yeah. Thank you. 1 minute. Yes. Thank you very much. That's it. Okay, let's go back to the questions. I think there are a lot of questions coming in. Next question which we have is, just give me a while, but from Bhovnaji. Bhovnaji, do you want to ask it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second.
Yes, you can. You're audible. Yeah, you can ask.
I'm just okay.
You were asking about whether it is which is better,
Yeah,
Sankhya Yoga.
yeah. I was asking, Namaskaram ji. I was asking like why Karma Yoga is Sankhya, when Sankhya Yoga was revered more. Why is Krishna asking Arjuna to follow Karma Yoga?
Without preparing the mind, you cannot go to knowledge. Very simple. How can you do that? When I do not know what is 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, how can I go to MSc Mathematics? So you have to come to Karma Yoga, prepare the mind. When there is no Vivekam, there is no Vairagyam. Already, how can you say I am not the body-mind complex? It's a very abstract concept. It has to be cognitively, intellectually understood. Because materially, nothing changes outside. My mind, my way of looking at the world changes with the jnanam. Your in-laws, outlaws, your spouses, children, nobody will change. So how do you reconcile all those things? When you get the jnanam, I am the Atma, how will you get it? Unless you have got the mind ready for it. So you have to get the mind ready. Very simple.
Okay.
Mind Arjuna, by the way, Arjuna is not ready. That's the main thing. That's another important point is Krishna knows Arjuna is his cousin and also his friend, dearest friend. But Krishna knows Arjuna. That's why the teaching is more relevant because we are all representing, most of the people are representing Arjuna. On the other hand, we give you another answer. In the Uddhava Gita, if you go, Uddhava is a matured person. There the same answer is different for Uddhava, who is a matured person, where you straight away renounce everything, come to Jnana Yoga for Uddhava. So Krishna's teaching for Arjuna is more relevant and Bhagavad Gita is more relevant than Uddhava Gita. Because why? Most of the people are immature. Arjuna is immature and the humanity generally is immature. So that's why it is a starting point for in the entire spiritual field.
Thank you.
Okay, that was a great question. I have one question, if anyone else have, because this is basically because you were highlighting about the list of things a parent should do, because you were highlighting a list of things. But I have the question is, children's learn from parents, right? So whatever we do, a doctor's son is a doctor, a lawyer's son is a lawyer, but everything. But his guna is all defined by his nishiddha karma, right? He takes out certain characteristics and come. So how much ever we try to push spirituality to anybody, whatever they can take is depends on their karmic account or their karma. So in our case, should we keep on trying to do this? But if you try more, there will be more revolting characters from the kids, especially teenage, especially kids. So that's the question. Yeah.
Okay. A person is born with certain gunas because of the Purva Janma Vasanas. Because we have had multi-Janmas in the past. So you have got a Purva Janmas, Anadi, Avidya Vasanaya, Avani is coming next month, the month. Okay, so you got so much of impressions. So we come with a certain traits. Then there's an environment in which you are growing. So in the formative age, before the age of 10 or 12, if the environment is good, there is a chance the persons, those vasanas, good vasanas, can come up. A person comes with good vasanas and bad vasanas, everybody.
Yeah.
Because we have got papam punyam.
Yep.
The probability of good vasanas surfacing out based on the environment could be there. It is not guaranteed. So as a parent, never advise, never insist. Of course, you insist up to the age of 10 or 12. Come to the temple, sit in the puja, do that. Okay, child may like it or not. But you do it first. You do the prayers. Child will observe. That's the important thing. Afterward, the child may grow anywhere.
Okay.
Now Hiranyakashipu got Prahalada.
Yep.
So
because
it can be anything.
In the environment of Hiranyakashipu, Prahalada, because of his vasana, because of his punya janma, purva janma palam, he
or on the other way also, on the other hand, Krishna's son is Samba, is a loafer, who is the one who started the fall of the entire Vrishni Vamsham, where the whole fight started. If you go to Bhagavatam and read the story.
Yeah.
So Krishna, even though Avatara, he had a very bad son.
Okay, so there's one more question by Sashi ji, which basically says, it's great that you have explained about Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga. What about Bhakti Yoga?
I told you already the answer. Bhakti Yoga, there's nothing called Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti is underlying factor for all of them, which is very clearly Krishna says in the 12th chapter of Bhakti Yoga. In the 12th, there's nothing called Bhakti Yoga. We do, if at all you want to divide Karma Yoga, you can divide it to Karma and Upasana Yoga. Karma is a physical activity. Upasana is a mental activity. The word Bhakti is very, very confusing. Bhakti can be from different angles, can be analyzed. Bhakti is connecting with the Lord is called Bhakti. That has to be there throughout the life.
Okay.
Even after Jnanam. Pre-Jnanam, absolutely compulsory. Post-Jnanam, I still continue to worship Lord as thanks. I worship Lord, Guru, as well as the scriptures as a thanksgiving bhavana, because you have given me this. So Bhakti is there in throughout the life. There's no Karma Yoga without Bhakti. Swami Dayananda is vehemently will tell. You cannot be Karma Yogi, call yourself Karma Yogi without Ishvara into your life. That's why the previous question, there's no religious life and secular life.
So we have to have that Sthita Prajna. And any questions from rest?
I just want to add a point to what Manikandan raised. There used to be there is a saying in Sanskrit about the children, how to bring up the children. How applicable today is different matter, but still I feel it is relevant. Treat a child as a prince or princess till the age of 5. Adore them with anything, give them, make them feel they are the best in the world. But in 5 and 13 or 14, treat them as a slave. Doesn't mean exactly straight beating or anything, but make you give them commands, ask them to obey everything. Because that's a time formative years. After 14, treat them like a friend. Open your mouth when something is asked, otherwise keep quiet.
Correct. Subhashidam is there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions? I think this has been a wonderful session. I think there are a lot of questions. As Raviji highlighted, this is just like a tip of the iceberg, whatever he has given. So if we want to go again more into it, there are big things which we need to follow regularly. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Raviji, for a wonderful session this morning. It was a great pressure. So anything from you,
Yeah.
Srinivasan?
Yeah. I just want to make the next session will be on 16th August.
Yeah.
Morning 10:30 a.m. The speaker will be Brinda Karananji, who is also very well versed in Gita and other Vedanta also. And she's also a great science scholar also. She'll be delivering the lecture, and welcome address will be given by Sri Rajan Krishnanji, Chairman of Indian Women Boards. Same time, 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Please do join. And we would like to thank all the participants, the chanter Bhunaji, the host Sri Manikandanji, the beautiful lecture delivered by R.S. Raviji, and the novel concept of linking SG60 to Gita, and not only just linking, but making it how relevant it is, because he has to give the connection as well as establish it. And that was done beautifully by Dr. Varaprasadji. Thank you very much. Thank you all. We will see you next week. We close the session with the concluding prayers. Thank you.
Over to you, Bhavnaji, for the concluding prayers. Yeah.
Sorry, 1 second.
Yeah.
I forgot in my excitement. We should also thank Sri Anand Sanshekji, the usual host of the session. He has had to travel urgently overseas, but he has ensured that all things are in place so that the session takes place beautifully as usual. Thank you, Anandji. You listened through the YouTube. My thank you note. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. I've been having a knowledge sharing session in last session with him. So I think hopefully this session and 16th, I will be doing it. Subsequently, Anandji will be coming back. Yeah. Over to you, Bhavnaji.
ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
Hari Om all. Thank you. Thank you for a great session. Thank you for a wonderful Saturday morning. It's afternoon already. Have a great weekend, everybody. See you all in the next Gita session on 16th of August.
In the meanwhile, we also wish Singapore and all the participants here a happy National Day on 9th August. Thank you.
Thank you all.